What happens when a group of paranormal investigators start a conversation? You get Ghost of the Coast Paranormal, the podcast. Tales of the dead, the bizarre, and all things supernatural. Join us now as we celebrate our first birthday.
Happy
Ooh.
birthday! Happy birthday!
Hi, and welcome back to Ghost of the Coast Paranormal, the podcast. I'm Erin.
I'm Lydia.
I'm Deborah.
And today we are celebrating our first birthday of Ghost of the Coast Paranormal. And so we are. Happy birthday!
I'm so excited. Now I can see Lenny. I was blocking.
So, for all of our listeners, viewers out there, we are joined by the majority. I think we're just missing one person. The majority of Ghost of the Coast Paranormal. So we have, when I say your name, give a little wave. We have Christine.
Hi.
We have Candy.
Hi, Candy.
And
Wait,
we have
Candy.
and we have Christy.
Hi.
Hey, girls.
Hello, thank y'all for being
Hi.
on our podcast.
Hi.
So
Y'all doing good?
Yeah.
We're good.
Thumbs up. Thumbs
Doing
up
good.
all around.
Doing good.
It's weird doing it's Lenny and I talked about it earlier in the week when we did this week's episode, the current week.
Mhm.
We had talked about how weird it was not to be in the same room and recording like this.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm glad that we could all be on here. So let's just dive into it. I'm gonna go around to everybody and just kind of ask y'all some questions, pick your brains, and yeah, maybe stir up some spookies. Ooh. Stir it up.
Sure it is.
Yeah, so how is everybody feeling thus far at the end of our first year? So when this episode comes out, we've already had our birthday. Our birthday is November 9th. And so when this episode comes out, it'll come out Monday, the 13th. So we will have been a year old for like a week. Woo! Chris, how do you feel about what all we've accomplished this year with the first year and how far we've come in the first year?
Number one, I can't believe it's been a year.
I know.
I can't believe it's been a year already. That just kind of where did it go?
Right.
Mhm.
We just, number one, when we first got together, even on our first investigation and everything, it was so unusual because we all were working so well together, getting to know each other.
Mm-hmm.
And it just seemed like almost like we were just working off of each other's energy. So the very first couple of times that we even got together for investigations, we were really like, I think we were just really working well together already, even though we barely knew each other. We just all met. And so as the year progressed, I mean, it just got better and better. And we really got instincts. We had our instincts really working well. And
Exactly.
I think each and every one of us has a particular gift, if you want to call it that, or insight. And that was the one thing I loved the most, was that each and every person could add something to the group. It wasn't like we all said the same thing, we all had different perspectives,
Mhm.
and we just seem to just click.
For
And that's the
sure.
best thing about this last year is that
Mhm.
we kept learning more and more about each other, and we rely on each other. We respect each other. We respect what the other person says, you
For
know.
sure.
Absolutely.
And that's the
Absolutely.
one thing that I really loved about this group is
Yep.
that we're still learning about each other and we still respect
Mhm.
each other, you know,
Yep.
as investigators and what your opinion is, what you come up with, you
Mhm.
know, and we work together so well. And that's the best thing about this last year. It's just gotten to be so good. And I've got like such great friends in all of you, and I know I can
Yes.
rely
Yep.
on
Yep.
all
Yes.
of you, no matter
Definitely.
what.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
So,
Definitely.
Definitely.
Deborah, what about you?
I'm amazed at where we've gotten in just a year's time. If you think about it, 365 days is not a long time.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
And hell,
Mm-mm.
it took me a couple years to get to know my husband. And
I'm still trying on that one.
good luck. But,
But we clicked instantly.
well, I was fixing to say what it really reminds me of as far as our team. Each one of us is a puzzle piece,
Mm-hmm.
mm-hmm.
Yep.
and each one has a specific place. And when
Yep.
we're all placed together,
Mm-hmm.
we have one complete, beautiful picture.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
I,
perfectly said.
I,
I love the way you said that.
I
Yeah.
wouldn't trade this team for anything in the world.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I
I
would.
agree.
You guys have become such a vital part of my life,
I
Mm-hmm.
agree.
Yep.
and I
I
love
agree.
each and every one of you.
Yep. I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Deborah's
Yes.
gonna get everybody
Yes.
crying.
Stop. Don't
I
do
know,
that.
right? So get the
Stop it! I'm not
tissues.
crying.
It's
I've done,
not.
I've done, I've done enough of it for all of us.
Oh,
Look,
bless your heart.
Deborah, that's not this kind of podcast.
I didn't know I needed Kleenex.
We have
We'll
Christy,
be able to
had
get thrown off
big
here
days
too.
tonight.
Christy, what about you?
I ditto everything both of them just said. Um, you guys were a blessing from God for me. This past year of my life has been the worst I've ever lived through.
Mm-hmm.
And you all came into my life when I needed y'all. And I know Lenia can agree with that. Because we've been through similar things this year. So I tell everybody when they ask about the team that, first of all, I love you guys like family. You've
Mm-hmm.
become family. But that y'all were a blessing, just a pure gift from God for me.
For sure.
Because I know it doesn't matter. I know that I can call on any one of you
Yep.
and you'll be there. Maybe
Yeah.
not in person, but you will call me, you'll message me, you'll send me positive vibes,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. I mean, that's been the biggest thing for me. And I think our friendships, our bond, we had a bond, an instant bond, and we will all, I know that every one of us agree on that.
For
Right.
But I
sure.
think our bond has just gotten so much stronger.
Yeah.
And oh, God, it's beautiful. It is just beautiful. And I love you guys so much.
I'm glad we're getting the sappy stuff out of the way
I
first.
Yeah.
know, right? Uh,
Candy, what about you?
Gotta.
Well, I never had no sisters, and since I come into
me
the
either.
picture late,
Me
so
either.
since March, I mean, I felt like I've got more sisters than I could ever ask for, and
Exactly.
each
I'm the
one
Mhm.
same
of you,
way because I never
each
had any.
one of y'all, to me, each one of you has a different. I have a different connection with each one of you. I
Yep.
mean, and they're all
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
positive. I can
Yep.
I can talk to Christy about one thing. I can talk to
Yep.
Deborah about another. I mean,
Yep.
we're all just one big
Yep.
family, and that's
Yeah.
what's nice about this group is we
I
treat each
agree.
other with like family, and we're there for each other, and we bounce things off of each other so well, and we don't we don't point fingers at nobody, and we're like, how should we do this? And we get different opinions, and we all mesh them together, and it comes out perfect. And
Yeah.
I
that's
say that
how
we have grown
that's
to know each other so well that
yeah,
you don't even have to say, like Christine,
yep,
she doesn't have to say a word, but just by her mannerisms,
Uh-huh.
I can tell she's picked something up.
yep,
Same
Mhm.
thing with
Yeah.
Christy.
yep,
Christy gets
Mm-hmm.
a certain look about her,
mm-hmm,
and I pick up on it.
mm-hmm,
Exactly.
yep,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she's
That's
I,
pretty easy
true.
anyway because she gets very excited.
yeah,
Yeah, I know, right?
She
I do
she
get
right,
But
gets
that's
excited
very
look.
too.
important, though, that we can pick up signals
Yeah.
from
yeah,
each other. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
very important.
Yeah.
Oh, for
exactly,
But
Yeah.
sure.
I'm guilty of wearing my emotions on my face anyway. I don't care if I'm happy, sad, angry, whatever. You can look at me and tell most of
Mm-hmm.
the time,
mm-hmm,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I agree,
Guilty.
Deborah.
Yeah.
I agree. I can tell during an investigation. I can tell when each of you
Mm-hmm.
have something going. You feel something, sense something. We can
Right.
tell. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just
Lydia,
And
what
I'm
we're
about
happy
you?
learning to
that I
tell when
found y'all.
something's wrong too.
Yes.
Right.
And
Yeah.
that's just as important.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Lydia, what about you? What about this past year?
Gosh, it's hard to follow when you're almost last. The year
I
went
I
really
s-
fast.
saved the best for
I
last.
know, I know. Look.
Oh.
The year went really fast, and like everybody was saying, it's been really cool to just find these bonds and these friendships, and not only that, it's like we've learned so much together.
Yes, we
Like
have.
Mhm.
while I've always been into paranormal stuff, I never watched any of the shows. So actually learning about all the equipment, and being able to learn from each other. I mean, that's been
Mhm.
really cool for me.
Hmm.
For sure. Yeah.
Well, I've always watched the shows, Linnea, but watching and doing it are two different
Two
things.
Yep,
different things.
Yeah.
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 So
So
Totally
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
different.
tell you, I felt like I was
yeah,
thrown into another planet when we first
yes,
started
yeah,
this, listening to Aaron and Christy converse and talk about all these people from these other shows, and I'm like, what the hell are
Who's
they
that? What's that?
talking? Who is uh,
Oh, you mean Hack
the Google?
Fakins?
Pat Fagans.
Yeah,
Yeah,
have to
that
Google.
that comedy show we don't
Uh,
watch anymore.
God, I
yeah,
can't stand him. Oh.
yeah.
Well, we have all learned. We've all we've all tried to learn, and one of us learns something, and then we share it with everybody else, and we it's going to be a learning process from here on out. But I think we have done a very good
Oh,
job.
Oh,
absolutely,
yeah.
So
Well, and
yeah,
absolutely.
not
yeah.
only that, but and Christy can attest to this one. Once you start buying equipment, it's like a bad Amazon habit. Like, you know what
It
I mean? Like you're
is.
always like, what can I buy this week? What am I buying today?
It is.
Yeah,
You just can't
Christy.
stop.
yeah.
You go, oh, we need that, and we could use that, and this will come in handy. It's like, oh God, you got to
We're
get
gonna
Should
it.
I
have to
really
do.
spend any more
We're gonna have to
money?
do.
Probably not, but I need it.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to do a fundraising car wash.
Yes, we
yeah,
Everybody
are.
out there in bikinis washing cars for the paranormal.
Exactly.
I don't know about the bikinis. I don't have money to be paying people to watch that.
A t-shirt
I
contest.
understand that. Yeah.
Oh Lord. So for me, nobody asked, but I'm gonna tell you.
So, Aaron, what
Oh,
do you think here?
I was gonna ask.
No,
Aaron, what
okay, Aaron.
about
So
you?
what
How
do
do
Let's
you
you
all
feel
think?
ask,
about the
what
past
about
year?
you, Aaron?
Yeah.
so no, seriously though, like this has become, for me, from literally laying in bed and thinking, I'm gonna do this, to a year later, it is absolutely mind blowing to me.
Yeah.
First of all, I never in my wildest dreams thought that, one, we would grow as big as we've grown in the past year.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I mean, all of the things that we have accomplished in the past year has been amazing to me. Like,
Yeah.
things that it takes people years to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
And
was just gonna say, I wonder how much, like,
gotta
what
turn the
the
fan on.
average
I'm
number of
getting the clamps.
investigations
Getting
that
getting
other
hot.
teams are doing in their first year.
Well,
Yeah,
that guy,
I mean,
what's the guy's name we did the podcast with that time?
Damien.
Yes, he said that he couldn't believe that we did so many already. That most teams do like one every couple of months.
Well,
And
I
we weren't
mean,
very old at all when that happened. I mean, we were
no,
just
No,
and
we were like 6 months, if that,
if
maybe
no,
that.
5 months.
and the just the fact that we've grown as much as we have in just a year,
Mm-hmm.
and the fact that I have gained a second family with
I
y'all,
know. Yep.
and it's just it's amazing the things that we've done, and I'm so excited to see where the future takes us as a
Yep.
team.
Y'all, I
And
talk to y'all more than I talk to my family.
me too.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's just an awesome. I mean, just an awesome feeling to know that, like,
Yeah.
in my brain, this one little speck of an idea, and then now look at it.
Well, we thank you for that because
Yeah,
we all
no, it
needed
wouldn't
Yeah.
be
this.
possible.
Yeah. My credit card does not thank you, but
Stop
um
spending money.
we do thank you for that, and kudos to you. You've worked your butt
Well,
off, but
Mhm.
it's also been a team effort because you can't
it
do it
has.
alone.
No, and it has.
Yeah.
It's been, I mean, and the fact that, like, we've all kind of found our niches within the team, our different roles within the team,
Mm-hmm.
whether
Yeah.
it's like on investigations or outside of investigations. Everybody
Mm-hmm.
has made their
Yeah.
own their everybody has kind of found their own role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's great, like,
Yeah.
and it's I'm just so pleased with how far we've come, and I'm so excited to see where
Yeah.
we
Every
go.
single day, I'm doing something for this team. Like when you sent me the message to check my email, I was online trying to figure out how to do multiple lives on Facebook at one time, and I figured it out. I think too.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah. So I
But
mean, we're constantly. That's what I'm thinking. How to improve, how to
yeah,
grow, how to
yeah,
better. Our processes.
yeah,
It's just awesome what we've done so far.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and it's funny because I know a lot of us are, we want things to happen now, like, let's I want this and this, but look at where we were versus where we are in such a short
Exactly.
amount of
Yeah.
time. So if we keep manifesting
Exactly.
these
Mm-hmm.
hopes and dreams and
Yeah.
all of that, think of where we'll be in 5 years.
Yeah.
oh, we know where
Right.
we'll be.
Oh, we know.
TV.
Yeah. Look at what's happened in the
Comedy
past month.
channel.
Yeah. I mean, look at what's happened in the past month. Aaron and I talked about this last weekend, I think, or at the Todd House. We have now gone from being the ones to constantly ask if we can go into places to
Mm-hmm.
getting invited into places.
They're
Mhm.
coming to
Yep.
us now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. That's
Well,
That
and
is
which
awesome.
a great feeling too.
oh, wonderful feeling. And you know what though? That means that we are not far behind from hand over your keys. We're going to
No,
investigate.
exactly.
That's right.
Exactly.
People are learning who we are
Yeah.
and learning the
Yeah.
things that we do and how we investigate, and
Mm-hmm.
and I still think that we are the only team that really investigates how we investigate.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
really I really
I
really
wouldn't change
like
that for anything.
no, I
Yeah.
really
I
like
do.
how we
Absolutely love
investigate.
that.
Because I
Yeah.
think that's helped to sharpen our skills too,
Oh,
Yeah, it
I
yeah.
do.
does.
and heighten our senses and grow our abilities, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Because
for
we don't
sure.
go in with any expectations.
For sure, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, and it's so nice. I mean, because a lot of people they tend to focus on one specific area, like, oh, there's a girl on the stairs. Okay, well, let's focus on that the whole night. No,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
we explore the
The
whole
whole thing.
place,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
and we try and get all of the we
Yeah.
try and squeeze out all the history. I mean, and
Exactly.
I think that we have really abided by our guidelines, and I
I
think
think
we've
so.
really abided by our three main goals,
Yeah.
and I think it's, not many teams out there even have a guideline that follow. They just kind of go in.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have stayed true to our goals and our mission, and if we continue to stay true to ourselves, it's unstoppable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So, all right. So let's move on from the sappy a little bit. And let's talk about, I know, so Christy, you're the only one that hasn't been a guest yet on the podcast.
Yes.
But you
And
are
I will, I promise.
you are coming back. You will be back, and everybody else will be back on as well
Yes,
at
I
some
will
point.
be there. I've got my topic. I've had it for a long time.
Whoop.
But one of the things that we always ask our guests, is, what is your favorite piece of equipment, and then also, what is your dream location to investigate?
My favorite piece of equipment is probably my microcom in conjunction with the K2. I like using them at the same time.
Yeah.
Um,
Why do you like the microcom so much?
well, what had happened was
Here it comes.
I love the spirit box anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And I had my SB11 and I'm still learning how to use it. That thing still, I haven't mastered it yet. But I saw Katie use this on Ghost of Devil's Perch, and I like the fact that you didn't have to set the channels, AM, FM, forward, backwards, whatever. You turn it on, and it works based on your energy, the energy around you. It detects its own energy to you, and I liked it, so I bought it, and I kind of like KD anyway, so but
Shout
I
out to
do, I like it,
KD.
huh?
Shout
What?
out to KD.
Shout
Uh,
out to KD. I
yeah.
love my
Uh,
microcom, but
KD. Was it Supernatural
Stafford,
Inc. Right?
yes,
They.
KD Stafford, Supernatural Inc.
Yeah.
He's a South Carolina boy. He doesn't live too far from here anyway. So
Yeah, they follow us on Facebook. We
yes,
follow them. So, KD, if you happen to listen to our podcast, which we hope you do,
you do.
hit us.
We love
Hit,
KD.
hit us
Yep.
up if you are ever in the Myrtle Beach area. We would love to collaborate with you on something.
Yes. I would
So,
love for you to put your hands on my microcom and use it in our
I was wondering
investigation.
where that was going.
I knew
hey,
something was going to come up. I knew it.
now
Yay!
we do have an explicit warning on our podcast.
So my favorite, or my dream location. Wow, there's so many. So many. Wow. Probably the Winchester Mystery House.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a real
Yeah.
good one.
That's probably my ideal dream location. And not necessarily for the paranormal, but just for the whole
experience.
experience of it, you know. But
Yeah.
I would love to go to Winchester. Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
going to be season 5 of our TV show.
Yes, it will be. Check us
Why
out at the
season
Winchester
5? Why gotta
Mystery
wait so
House.
long?
Because I have
It'll
a
be out in
plan.
Cali.
I have a plan. My plan for TV show, if any producers are listening, hit us up.
Yeah.
Plan for the TV show. Season 1 is going to be East Coast haunts. Season 2 is going to be like Ohio,
Midwest, like
I don't. Is Ohio considered Midwest?
No, it's
well,
north.
Like
Yeah.
Ohio down to like Arkansas or whatever.
Oh, you're
Like-
talking like Bible Belt.
Like that strip of states.
Yeah.
And then Season 3 will be Midwest, and then season 4 will be the West. So, and then
Yeah.
season,
And
and
then
then
the
season,
South.
yeah, and then season 5 will be Hawaii and Alaska. Season 6 and beyond will be international.
All
Yeah.
right.
There you go. For
Oh,
We
yeah.
really got to start
Manifest.
doing some
figure
car
that
washes.
out.
We need some traveling money.
Yep.
That's,
A
we need
lot.
sponsors. We need
I'm gonna have to
sponsors.
Yeah.
my husband out.
Yeah. Yep. Well, we can do it. We can do it. Anybody listen? We're an all-women team plus Craig, but we're all women, and he loves it. We're an
That's
all-women
right.
team who is really cool and funny and serious and everything else. Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
I think we need to hook up with the Ghost Brothers sometime. We need to
That would
I
be
love
shout
fun.
Ghost
out to the
Brothers.
Ghost Brothers.
Yeah.
That
They're
would
not
be
far
fun.
either.
Erin, make
Yeah.
sure you
Georgia.
hashtag all these people in
Yeah.
the notes.
Yes.
Ghost Brothers, Hack Fakins. Who
Yeah.
else?
No, not
Win-
him.
Katie
Winchester,
Stafford.
KD.
Supernatural
Inc.
Inc.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I would love to see us on TV one day. I think that would be the coolest thing.
Yeah.
I think we would.
Yeah.
I think and the thing is, I was talking with somebody about this. I was talking with the lady at work who told me that I'm not going to be working there much longer because we're going to be doing big things.
Yes. Yep.
And I told her to manifest it. I said, put it out there.
Absolutely.
So, but I was talking with her and I said, I had mentioned my 5-year and beyond plan, and she said, you're gonna get it. You're gonna do it. And but I mean, there's just I forgot where I was going with this, but squirrel a little bit. But I mean, there's just so much that I can see for us. But
Yeah.
I remember I was telling her, sorry, I had to work around in a circle. But I was telling her that you don't hear of very many all female teams.
Mm-mm.
Let alone there's none that I know of all female teams on television.
No,
Well, that's
I was
not
going to
intentional
say
either. That's just kind of how it landed.
there's
Yeah.
the Ghost Sisters. I think there's
Mhm.
like 3 of them, but they're just on YouTube and
they're
Facebook.
sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No.
Yeah, but I will say if we do get on TV, we're gonna have to tone down our investigation talks a whole lot.
A whole lot.
Probably a little less
We
donating.
probably need to do that
They're
on
going
our
to be
lives
bleeping us a
anyway.
lot.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to do that anyway. But we definitely need to have a blooper. We can have a blooper first season, first episode.
We could, but we'll have to mute
We'll have
Craig.
bloopers after every show.
Oh my god!
I just want to see Craig under the
Yeah, I'm waiting to see that.
in
So
Craig's
that was
position.
That video. I need to see that. I need to see what happened.
yeah.
Okay, I've got
So
to download them.
that was gonna be my next question for everybody. Although we have not posted a ton of bloopers yet, and we're learning how to clip everything and we're still learning the YouTubes, and we'll get there. We're only a year old.
We've
we'll
learned a lot more than we did. I mean,
yeah.
yeah.
So, but what is the funniest thing that has happened on any investigation?
Archie the ghost cat.
Yep, I literally almost peed my pants.
And unfortunately, nobody saw it but me and Lenia. But
why we love each other, we were totally ready to sacrifice each other. Like,
I think it was the palmetto bug.
Oh my god!
Up in the closet with Deborah and Linnea. I still have the scars.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I still don't know why I was screaming. I was just screaming.
Craig under the tablecloth in crab position.
The private residence where Christine and Aaron and I were in one part of the house, and Christy and Lenia went to the master bedroom.
Yeah,
Archie the cat.
That's the cat.
And No.
No?
When the husband followed y'all in there and y'all didn't know he was
No,
coming.
the
Mm,
husband.
no, I
We
don't
could
remember
hear
that.
y'all. He scared
No, he
y'all.
was on the phone in the kitchen when that happened.
Huh?
Yeah,
He was on the phone in the kitchen when all that
yeah.
Yeah.
happened.
No, it was the cat that scared us, not
It
the
was the
husband.
cat.
Oh, I thought it
No.
was the husband too.
No, me and Christy were
No.
seriously like staring. All of a sudden, the cat jumped on the bed, and
Yeah,
the cat ball was on the bed. The cat wanted the cat ball, and the
yeah.
shadow jumping up on the bed made us both start screaming and running and ducking
There was
and
like
hiding behind each other
lights. The little dots were moving everywhere, and we were screaming. He came in there to see what was wrong with us,
because we
or
were
see if we
screaming
were
bloody
okay.
murder.
That's
Yeah.
so funny.
Oh, but the cat was
What?
just
None of you girls came to save us, though. No, we could have been
no,
getting possessed in there. You guys just went about
no,
your business.
no.
Look,
Me
we
and
were too
Lydia were all
busy.
hugged up in the
We were busy.
bedroom.
We
We
were
were
too.
busy.
We were busy down there doing investigating and
And then hear
laughing our
us
butts off.
scream.
Another,
That was
I don't know if it's a blooper, but sticking the bourbon under Erin's nose
oh,
also
that's
almost made me
yeah,
pee my
that's
pants.
funny.
Oh,
That's funny.
sad.
I smell bourbon.
I
I was about to
I,
wet my
that was
pants.
not my idea.
Do what?
As instructed. Just so
plead
you
the fifth.
know.
Oh,
It was
Look,
it was Lenia's.
look. That was
It was
that.
hers. And
Considering
she's that way.
everything that we were getting, though, like with that Estes,
That one was amazing.
that one was probably my favorite Estes ever. It was
If you
just
haven't
so.
heard it, go watch our Facebook.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's on Facebook. It's on our YouTube. It's titled "The Best Estes Session Ever."
Ever.
And it
Yeah.
really is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's awesome.
it's like 15 minutes long, but it's
It's
worth the
awesome.
watch.
It's worth every
Yeah.
minute. It's funny.
Now, I think at least 3 or 4 of us were sitting with our legs crossed that
We were
time.
I was. We were. We were.
Look, I'm waiting
And
for
I
the
was
time.
crying. I was laughing so hard.
I'm waiting for the time that
My
somebody's
mom
gonna piss
was
their
rolling.
pants.
Oh,
Oh,
it's going to
gonna
happen eventually.
It's gonna happen.
And it's probably going to be me and Christy because we're in the
Probably.
bathroom the most.
But you know what? I think we need to contact those two ladies
Hmm.
to see if they would be willing to just do a podcast with us
I
and
don't think
anonymous
we will.
about what they thought.
Right.
What, the private residences or what?
Oh yeah,
What are you
like
talking
have them
about?
call in.
Yeah,
Yeah, we could probably do that.
yeah.
So yeah, we could
Mhm.
probably have them call in and ask them some questions about that
Yeah.
and about their
I
experiences.
would really love to know what they thought about that.
Well, we can go back. They're gonna have us back.
Oh yeah,
So,
that we would love to go back there. I
but
know Anna's true.
yeah, I tell you though, I have not laughed as hard as I did at the Todd House.
oh,
That
that was
was
great.
insane.
It was so
Oh,
funny.
It
I
was
think
And
I
I
heard
never
Craig bounce
knew
off the floor when he jumped down because I was sitting right next to him when he leapt from behind the counter.
I never knew that a whole little woman could fit inside of a hoodie like Linnea did. I mean, I was like, "Where's Linnea?" And she stood up, and I just saw this black blob.
Staring
And she
into the
turns
beach.
her face, and I see half of her head. I see half of her face. I was like, she looked like a shadow thing rising up.
look, me, Candy, and Chris jetted up those daggum
you never
stairs.
saw
I
three
couldn't
ladies
tell where
run
you
up the
guys
steps
were,
so fast.
It
Oh
was
we
my
all
hilarious.
God.
we
but I
all get
still
up
like
to
when
the
Christy came out of the bathroom and didn't know what in the world was
I
going on.
did. Y'all sounded like a herd of buffaloes running through the place, and I come out. I'm like, "What's going on?" And before I could finish my sentence, Aaron's like, "Stop, hush." Thank God
so
I was in a shadow already. I was like,
for
"She's
our
like,
listeners.
hide,"
So
and I'm like, "Where?"
so for our listeners, we were at the Todd House. It was an amazing time. We had a great time.
Awesome
Uh,
investigation.
yeah, we definitely want to go back there. We will at some point be going back there, but we had a creeper come up and try and get in the building at like 1 o'clock in the morning and was trying to get in said building
Mhm.
for 45 minutes to an hour, and we all hid like we were having the biggest party and our parents just pulled in the driveway. We
Oh my
scattered
God. Yeah.
And
so
I
Well,
didn't
fast.
even know why
Cockroaches
I was
scattered
running.
like cockroaches.
and
I
your
mean, I didn't
boyfriend was
even
in the
meet the guy
bedroom.
earlier like you all did. I was just like, they're running, I'm running too. I just ran too. I was like, why are we running?
Where are we going?
And
Well,
poor
and then
Leah and Angela were trying to leave.
Yeah.
Couldn't go anywhere.
look, I walked to look out the window to see if he was still out there, and he was sitting on a bench watching our non-live. And then
Yeah.
he got up to turn around to come back to the door, and I saw him, so I galloped like a damn horse because this girl don't run, she gallops.
Yeah. Yeah.
I galloped across the doorway so he wouldn't see us, and I tried to be as quiet as possible, so I was picking my legs up real high.
Well,
Well,
I couldn't get the back door to lock.
my ass runs into the damn pillar.
Yes,
I
she
want to
did.
see the video
She did.
surveillance.
And all I heard was shit.
Why were y'all running and trying to hide from him?
That's
have
but
no
first of
idea.
all, I did say if Deborah was here, she would have been like, "Hold on, I got this," and she would have whipped
Yeah,
out the
Deborah
gun.
would have been like going to the door.
Yeah.
Dude,
Because
what's your problem?
we weren't packing, Deborah.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I think
The thing is too, and it was funny because Angela and I, we were upstairs because she was getting ready to leave, and so I was helping her get her stuff together. And so when we come down the stairs, Candy goes, "Stop, stop, stop!" And my fight or flight takes place, and so I'm like, I'm like, what's going on? I thought she saw a shadow. Like I was expecting some like awesome like state of the art evidence about to happen. And then she goes, "Come here, come here, come here, come here." I'm like, "What? What are we about to see?" And then she goes, "He's back." I said, "Oh no." And at this point, everybody's just hiding, and I'm like, "Oh shit, this is what we're doing now." Okay, cool. And
Well,
then
I just dove behind the stairs because I was like, he can't see me here. And I could see his shadow on the wall. I could see everything he was doing. Then when he walks away, I told Aaron, I said, I got to go lock the back door. Well, it wasn't locked. You had to like slam it really hard to get it to lock. I'm like, crap, I can't lock it. So I go back to my hiding spot and I'm like feeling around. I'm like, what's over here? Well, I found a doorknob. I said, oh, snap. So I opened the door. Inside is a closet with a vacuum cleaner and a broom and something else. So I cleared out space and I'm like, yo, I got us a hiding place if he comes in. We might have all been in there hugged up, but we'd have been in the closet. He wouldn't have known where we were.
See, I should have crawled over there. I was feeling kind of open with that window on the side.
Yeah, you should have.
I didn't know you found it. I was just stuck in my little spot for the whole
Listen,
time. I didn't move.
He would have started praying because he would have thought you were some evil thing crawling across the floor. Because you look like a black.
well, and then too, because Craig and I had just come inside, 20 minutes before, and we were standing there by the staircase, and I said, Craig, did you lock the door? No.
Oh.
And collectively,
you
you could.
collective. So that's when Craig goes into
Commando crawl,
caterpillar mode, or centipede.
he turned into Kung Fu.
He's like in centipede mode. He's going across the floor. It's hilarious.
I bet you the staff is still laughing at those videos.
I said, Craig, where you at?
I hate it so bad.
Yeah.
Oh, I just wish you could have seen Craig, the man in the group. The one man in the group was under the tablecloth, under the table.
So I stand on him for protection.
Right.
Well, then he gets into protective mode and he starts walking around after.
Now that all the doors are locked.
After that, he was in like Yeah, guard mode, you know.
Yeah, he had his hands on his hips. He was walking around looking out all the windows and checking doors. I'm like, yeah, but he's here, you under the table.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. After Linnea and Angela left, Craig's walking around checking windows. We're all sitting in the living room at this point because we're tired and our adrenaline has run out. But then also, every time there's a car that goes by, we go car.
Like, car!
But,
and we all hide.
but here's the thing. So a car came by one time, and it was Craig's flashlight. And then
oh, mine too. I did mine too.
Oh yeah, and then
Yep.
and then the second time an actual car came by, and we're all like, car, and Christy goes, car. Shit.
She said car, and they're hitting the deck, and I go car. Kind of like squirrel. Yeah, exactly. Then Craig's in the office watching cameras. Craig's in the office watching the cameras about 5 o'clock that morning, and we hear the biggest bang. It was amazing.
That was
and
a
everybody's
loud
like,
bang.
"What's that?" I said, "I don't know, but we got to go find out." It was metallic. It was metal. It came from the kitchen. I mean, it was, and I don't think any of our equipment caught it.
Did you see anything out of place? Anything falling? Anything?
No, but there was metal pans in there.
Yeah.
That they had washed and put away. But I think it's residual.
Yeah.
I think that 5:30 is when Miss Mary would come down and get breakfast started. And right after we heard that, the trigger tray went off upstairs with a cigarette on it.
Yeah.
So I think that was residual. I think she come down every morning, 5:30, started breakfast, and the men from the tobacco market that stayed there, I think they got up, they got dressed, they'd go get to have their morning cigarette, then they go down to breakfast.
Yeah.
That's my theory.
So
Miss Rachel Lee, that her and her husband owned, they bought it from the Todd's daughter. Miss Rachel, they had both passed away while they owned it, and then their son Nelson took it over, and Nelson's wife,
she died. Yeah,
she passed away as well. But Miss Rachel could get it. She was the cafeteria manager at our high school. Or we have one cafeteria for primary and high school, and when we were off from school, that's where she was at, in that kitchen cooking.
Yeah, that was so.
That was that was the most amazing noise I've heard yet.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was so loud. I mean, the look on our faces when we heard it.
It's like we couldn't believe it.
We were like, that was loud.
Yeah.
Not only that, though, but what happened to Candy that night was pretty impressive because we haven't seen anything like that yet either.
What happened to you?
With the pipe cleaner.
Oh, yeah.
The what?
Yeah, that was crazy.
So in a completely different room this thing came from.
Right.
Yeah.
And it was not there earlier because me and Craig were sitting in those chairs when we kind of got a little bit of history on the place, and there was nothing on the floor.
But everybody,
because didn't Wayne see it fly by?
Yeah.
Wayne saw it fly by.
Yeah, he saw
it. Catch it on any footage though that we can tell you.
No, and the weird thing about that, so
everybody was sitting still. Nobody was even moving. Yeah.
So the weird thing about that location was, and we've come across this before, and for our listeners that don't know, paranormal energy, spirit energy, they rely on energy around them to be able to manifest, to be able to move things or communicate with you. So, we'll use a lot of times we'll use EM pumps, or like Linnea will do her sound bowl.
Well, plus we all have Reiki, so I mean that's energy too.
Reiki as well, and then so that gives spirit an opportunity to kind of build up. But we've noticed, because it happened at the Tobacco Museum, it happened here. A lot of times, if we go into locations that have never been investigated, where it's just constantly built up energy, our equipment will drain so
Yeah.
quickly.
So fast.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the weirdest part about this, so we've learned to start bringing extension cords and stuff like that. But the weirdest part about this past investigation,
Oh yeah.
all of our equipment was draining even when it was plugged in.
Yeah.
Everything was draining.
And another
And
thing, every one of my SD cards and my video cameras filled up, and I had to replace them, and that's never happened on another
mine
investigation.
too. Mine
Mm,
too.
yeah.
Like all of my SD cards were saying that they were full.
Yeah.
Like batteries were draining left and right.
Mm-hmm.
Like my camera, I had a couple videos because we took a lot of video there,
Mm-hmm. We
but
did.
like it would cut off my video. So like
Yeah.
it would show like when I went to upload it to our YouTube, to our private page, it would show that I had X amount of videos,
But it wasn't there.
but the last two videos were not there.
Yeah.
Like you
Well,
could
and
click,
I brought 2 fully charged iPhones, and the first one was gone in an hour.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's never gone
Yeah.
that fast before.
Yeah. And it'll be interesting when we go back too, because think about it. There was the Yam Festival that day, the concert that night. There was a lot of extra energy all around that place.
and you know what's weird?
And all the people in and out the building that day.
Linnea and I were talking about this when we recorded this, the previous episode. Remember during the day we felt like there were kids there?
Yeah.
At night, I did not feel it. Once the sun went down, I didn't feel it. So I think there were I think there was energy coming in with the people that were coming in.
I think so too.
But once the sun went down, I did not feel a single child there.
Mm-mm.
No, and it's the first location that we've ever been at that I didn't feel children.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So what was your favorite locations? What was your top favorite location that we have investigated thus far? But what upcoming investigations are you looking forward to? Chris.
Who, me?
I'll go with Chris first. Yeah.
The one I want to go back to is Todd House.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And the reason why is because of all the voices that we kept hearing, the conversations
Oh yeah. I mean,
that
we
were going
literally heard
on.
them.
And we would just sit there and, and I don't know that anything picked up any of the
Yeah.
conversations. And that's what was driving me crazy, is like I was having my phone going and everything. And I know what I heard, but I couldn't get anything to pick up,
Yeah.
Yeah, we were hearing voices left and
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I want to go back, but this time I'm bringing, both recorders and I'm
Yeah.
placing them here and there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because every time we walked away in one
Mhm.
area, we would hear voices coming from the other.
Yeah.
And
Y'all,
we
when
were
y'all
just
went
like,
outside to take your stuff, and I was still packing up my stuff, I
yeah,
was in
you
there
said
by
that.
myself. There was a man talking upstairs and a woman talking back in the
Right.
kitchen area. At the same time, I could hear two conversations. Couldn't hear a word, couldn't tell a word they were saying,
Yeah.
but I could hear them plain as day.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the energy wasn't very heavy. Like some of the places we've been to, the
Yeah.
energy has been like, whoa.
Yeah.
We
it
had that
wasn't.
one room though, the bridal,
Yeah.
where we kind of went,
and-
whoa. But at the
and-
same time, it wasn't nearly like some of the locations we've been
No.
to.
Yeah.
No.
Well, with
You know.
with that bridal room too, I think because it stayed closed up. Once that door was open and it stayed open for a minute, it was fine.
It was
Same
fun.
thing with the bedroom.
Well,
upstairs.
earlier in the
Yeah.
day, when me, Aaron, Christy, and Candy walked up there, it was hard to even go in that room.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it
Every
was. I
step
didn't.
got
I
harder,
stopped at the door.
and I never could go. I had to walk away from. I'm guessing that was a dressing area or bathroom
Mhm.
Yes.
in that corner.
Dressing area.
I couldn't do it.
And I told
Mhm.
Erin, to me, when I approached it, I was getting pushed back. I was getting literally pushed out of the room.
Yeah.
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 I never stepped foot in there.
Yeah. So I want to spend more time in there and in the Todd house,
Yeah.
So out of all of them, it probably wasn't the scariest at all,
No.
but it was probably one of the more interesting
It was. I
ones.
think we need to focus hard on that bridal area upstairs and that kitchen area in the
What
back.
was the scariest investigation for you, Chris?
I still don't like Tobacco Museum.
Yeah.
I still don't like that back room that we were in.
No.
It's not that I found fear anywhere.
Yeah.
It was more like I could feel that heaviness, that something staring, that something that's too close to me. You
Hmm.
know, when we got that pain and when
Tell me
something
about
touched
it.
me, that was the
Yeah.
worst. That
Tell me
That's
about
the
it.
only
I
place I
felt,
actually don't like walking around by myself. I don't
yeah,
like being by myself in there.
that first time that we went, I
mm,
felt every single bit of rage and
Mhm.
hatred that that guy had.
mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
I remember thinking we were in the back room, or not the back room, but in the chip coffee room in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
And I
fortress.
remember
Yeah.
thinking, because I could feel everything. Like, and in my head, I knew, like, don't let him get to you, don't let him get to you. But I could feel every bit of, and I remember thinking at one point, there are so many people in here, they need to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I went outside.
Yeah.
The front
There was
room I'm
just so
fine
many
in.
different pieces of equipment throughout that
Yeah.
could have belonged to everybody and
Yeah.
this farmer and that farmer and that
Right.
from this. And
Yeah.
the collective energy was just a lot to
Yeah.
handle. That was a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
mind walking around in the front room, but when you get to the horse, I'm not crazy about going back any
Right.
further by myself.
Right.
It's not eerie, but it's almost like a creepy
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
feeling.
It's heavy.
Yeah. It's
Like
not like I
like
was afraid of
blood.
it or had fear,
Right.
but
Yeah.
I was wary
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
everything, you know,
It's
that
Yeah.
like
Definitely like
something lurking in the dark.
yeah.
yeah. Like meditation said, watch your six.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because that's what I
Yeah.
kept getting on that meditation. Deborah, what about you? What's your favorite one that we've done thus far? What one are you looking forward to, and what's the one that scared you the most?
Time for a commercial.
We'll be right back after this message.
Do 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 do.
And now for the
Um,
rest of the story.
there you go. You know I love me some Paul Harvey.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Um, my favorite would be the private location
Yeah.
Yeah.
with the kitchen.
Yep.
Huh?
Mhm.
That just blowed my blowed my mind. Um, that was the most active
Yeah.
that 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 we've had that would interact with us like that.
Hmm.
Scared. I can't really say scared, but very, very leery was that first cemetery,
Oh yeah.
that back corner at that cemetery.
Hmm.
I couldn't.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't
That
think.
made me very uneasy, very uncomfortable.
Yeah. I don't think I've been like scared. Like,
Mhm.
No,
but I've definitely, there's been a couple instances that I've been nervous,
yeah,
Mhm.
but not like nervous to the point of like, oh my God, let's get out of here. Like, I've never
yeah.
been that, but I've,
Oh, I have been one time.
what are about you, Christy? Favorite location?
Todd House.
All right. Location you're looking forward to the most going back or going to?
Going to. I'm looking forward to this coming investigation Saturday night and the one that you've got planned for us in January. I'm like chomping at the bits to get to both of those.
Yeah. And the
And
one that
then
scared you the most?
Lake City
Really?
upstairs. Lake
Yeah.
City upstairs. I did not like that upstairs. But when we were leaving that night and I was coming down those stairs and I was the last
In
one
the
out.
store, or in the morgue,
No, in the
Upstairs in the
store.
doctors.
in the store.
Yeah. When I told y'all, I said, take a picture, take somebody, I've got to get out of here.
Yes,
I could
yeah.
feel pressure
You could
literally.
see it. We could see it on your face.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I could feel it pushing
Mhm.
me out.
Well, yeah, because I felt when we were upstairs in the morgue, I felt that somebody rush up on me, and that was probably the one time that I was like, that actually like made me jump, because
Yeah.
I felt somebody run up on me, and it actually moved one of the floorboards on the floor. It made a noise. Did y'all
Right.
hear that noise? Because I was with Deborah and Angela and Candy. Okay.
Mhm.
And I about knocked y'all down the stairs to get down.
He just wiped us out. Look like buttons. Poop, poop.
Linnea, what
And
about
right.
you?
Um, what, what am I doing again?
Favorite. Okay.
Favorite one so far, one that you're looking forward to the most in the next coming year, and then the one that scared you the most this past year.
I'm gonna go that one of my favorites was the first private investigation we did. And the reason I'm picking that is because that's the first time that we actually helped people. Like the other ones
Yes.
are more like fun,
Yes, I
hobby
agree.
type thing. We were kind of there with a purpose. We accomplished the purpose, and like following
Yes.
up with that person and hearing
Yes.
like we made a difference. Like these kids
Yeah.
can go
That's
back to their
awesome.
room.
That's awesome.
So I'm gonna go with that as being my favorite. Not to mention we had a nice spread. That onion
Yes.
dip was
That's
banging, and
true.
Oh gosh,
That was
that onion
good.
dip was awesome.
Looking forward to, I want to go back to Conway City Hall because I think that construction project just kind of screwed up the energy, and I'm curious once people are regularly working in it and other energies are kind of back in the building. I think it's going to be a very different investigation.
Oh, for
I agree.
sure.
Scary. I got to go to Tobacco Museum. Like I said, that's
Yeah.
the first time that we were all touched. That's the first time we had a phantom smell. I don't like being by myself in there. Like the other locations, like, all right, let me go replace a battery there. Hey, Deborah, you come with me.
Yeah.
I'm not going back there by myself.
Yeah. Yeah. And mentioning yours in January, I'm excited because Candy and I walked away from Tabor City the other day with 5 definite investigations for
That's
next year,
awesome.
Yeah, that's
plus the
cool.
Todd House. That's 6. Aaron's makes 7. And Saturday, I confirmed with the guy from the store on 905. He wants us to do it after the first of the year. So that's 8 right off the bat. We know we've got starting off next year. That is amazing.
Yeah.
And you know
Yeah.
what's crazy too is, I think with like most paranormal investigators, they typically tend to stick to residencies, like residence houses, or resident, private residence. Ugh. Um, and we kind of had that intention at the beginning, start off small and work our way up. Well, we have only done 3 private residences.
3. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we've only done 3 private residences. Everything else has been historical buildings, historical locations. Uh, so it's really cool that we have found, as investigators, we have found our niche, and
Mm-hmm.
which is perfect for our goals, because
Yeah.
for those of you that are listening right now or watching, we have 3 main goals. Our goals as a team is to be able to answer our own questions, because like all humans have that same kind of uh look at my spirit behind me. Ooh.
I see that.
Woohoo! Got
You
a
got a
shadow.
shadow.
You see that light?
I see that
um
light.
The door
but
closed.
oh my gosh. But our goals are to answer our own personal questions, because like all humans, we all have that common death is inevitable for every living creature on this planet. And we as humans ask those questions. We want to know what happens next, regardless what religion or belief you share. It's just a common human curiosity. And so that's one of our goals, is to answer our own personal questions. Our second goal is to be able to educate the public, especially for us living in the South. we have, the idea of paranormal, while it is very common, very common occurrence in the South, we have tons of history, but it's
Yeah.
still a very much taboo subject.
Yeah.
So we want to break down that barrier and break down, let people know, hey, it is okay to talk about the paranormal. It's okay to have these experiences. And then our third goal is to be able to tell stories of the past, of
Right.
spirit that has passed on. We want to share their legacy with the world. And,
Mm.
Regardless of what it is, what story they have left, we want to be able to share that. And I think the little glimpses of what we've gotten so far, whether it be in Estes or whether it be with evidence, video evidence or audio evidence, I think we've been able to share that little snippet of their past with
Yeah.
people. But I mean, the fact that we are doing historical locations is really cool because it falls in line with our goals.
Exactly.
The
Exactly.
universe, I've said it the whole time, I'll keep saying it. The universe works in crazy ways. I mean, think about it. A year ago, we didn't know any of us.
Mm-mm.
And like, think about, you know, what all what all our lives had to do for us to get to this moment,
Yep.
for us to have this common interest come together and create this amazing bond.
Yep.
It's
I
it's the
agree.
cool it's the coolest thing in the world, and I would not I would not want anybody else on my team to help this grow and flourish into what it is and what it's going to be. So I
We're
thank
going
you
back
guys.
to that.
We're going
Yeah,
back. We gotta
right.
Going
close
back
it
to the
out.
Get
sap.
to it,
We gotta
Sandy.
close it out on a sap. But no, I appreciate y'all, each and every one of y'all.
Thank you.
Um,
Yeah, we appreciate all the hard work you do too, Aaron.
Yes, you do so
Absolutely.
much, Aaron.
And you,
Thank
Christy
you.
and Deborah and Candy, and
I
y'all
miss
yes,
you
do
too.
a
All of
lot of
us.
work. But Aaron,
yeah,
boy, I'll tell you what, I don't know that I would have the time, energy, or patience to do everything that you put
well,
together.
He amazes me. He
Yep.
amazes.
Thank
Yep.
you so
well.
much.
It really is a team effort. We all have a love in this
Yep.
club, in this group, in this team, and we all want to see it
Yeah.
succeed, and we
Yep.
all we all if we all water it just a little bit, then we're going to continue to grow and continue to be a little,
Yep.
be big and where we want to be and
Yep.
spread
Our
our.
grass is going to stay green on this side.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I think we
And
have become a well-oiled machine.
I think
Yeah,
so. Yeah.
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 Aaron,
Yeah.
you still
There.
need to give us
Yeah, we
your three.
ain't gonna link every once in a while, but yeah.
Hey.
What did you say, Linnea?
You still need to give us your three.
Oh, my three.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
haven't
Sorry.
told us yours.
What were my questions?
Favorite
Your
location.
face,
Favorite location, go back to and the scariest.
I definitely want to go back to the Todd House.
And looking forward to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
favorite location. It it would probably it's a toss up between the Todd House and the Opera House.
Oh, I love the Opera House too. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
first time,
Yeah.
the first time at the
The
Opera House,
first one.
although the
First.
Yeah.
second time at the Opera House, that was probably what the most emotional investigation we've ever had. Um, and and here's the thing too, like I think so my grandmother came through on that investigation. Um,
Hmm.
but here's the thing too is I've always had a I'm going to break down my walls for you guys. I've always had a difficult time being like showing emotion in front of people, you know. But that forced me to kind of cuz I broke down. I broke down and was crying, boo-hooing.
Oh, I
Um
cried anything.
so I mean, I will cry at anything, but usually not in front of people. But
Yeah.
that
Oh no,
forced
I
me.
don't
I
have
mean,
a problem with that.
I think that kind of forced me to kind of break down and like let that guard
Yeah.
down a little bit.
Hmm.
So, But yeah, but that was cool, but that was probably the most emotional investigation
Yeah.
that we had ever done. But so that was the first time at the Opera House or the Todd House.
Looking
What
forward to.
the one in North Carolina I'm looking forward to. I'm really looking forward to the one this weekend. I
It's going to be a good one.
I've had the anxiety all week or leading up, thus
I've
far.
had little butterflies in my stomach every
Yeah.
time I think about it.
Yeah, I get the
Yeah,
um
yeah,
and then the scariest was definitely the Tobacco Museum the first time.
yeah. First,
I have never felt such anger towards like feeling this guy. Like I have never felt such anger, let alone feeling somebody else's anger. It was the craziest thing, but it was y'all. I was gonna throw hands with a ghost.
I know,
I
right?
was gonna beat
Yeah.
his ass.
Yeah.
I
But that
know,
was a
right?
learning experience too, because now we know
Yeah,
what to do
yeah,
if
Yeah,
that
exactly,
ever comes up
yeah,
again.
yeah,
We're going to
exactly.
Yeah.
like
yeah.
grab that person and take them right outside,
Yeah,
Right.
and just get them
yeah,
away from when they
Yeah,
start wanting to throw punches. Because Aaron,
yeah,
you're
yeah.
like, come on.
yeah,
Well, we
Y'all,
went
that
outside.
strong. That
Yeah,
was
you
a
still had
strong
to.
entity for me to feel something weren't right, and I was
she
in
wasn't
another
even
state.
there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
She texted me and said, "Are you okay?" She knew something was wrong with me. I was in the car.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
She
mean,
Yep.
knew something was wrong with me.
even even when I got outside, I was pacing a
She
minute,
was pacing back and
Yeah.
forth, back and forth. Yeah,
and but thankfully nothing like that's happened again. And I think I know
yeah,
and that helped me to learn my own like threshold as well,
Oh
and
yeah,
Yep.
know like if I start feeling somebody's emotions and
Yeah.
it's not good emotions, I know I got to go outside.
Yeah.
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Time to step away.
yeah,
yeah,
but
Yeah.
yeah.
but
But I do want to say, as thankful as I am for all of you, we are so blessed to have Linnea and Christine, because they can lay their hands on you when things aren't going right, and they can do their work their magic, and we're
yes,
blessed.
yeah,
Well,
thank y'all.
thank you. Because everybody
We
was
are
talking
blessed.
about their favorite piece of equipment. I have now decided mine is sage and my crucifix. And that has now
Yes,
become my favorite piece
yes,
of equipment.
yes,
Now,
Yeah,
go around
yes,
just saging everybody, making sure everybody is
yeah,
safe.
yeah.
yes,
My second favorite piece of equipment is Linea's hands when she lays
Yes,
them on you and does that Reiki. Man, that sounds.
definitely.
that's the wildest thing for me when you do the third eye before investigations, and I can feel my whole body just
That's
going like
me.
this.
I just get limp. It's like I just.
No,
Like you
Yeah, I
feel
always think Christy's gonna fall
flower.
asleep on me.
You
I
what?
like
feel like Christy's
I
gonna fall asleep on me.
Yeah, I will.
I literally start vibrating. It's like somebody puts a
Yeah, me
cell
too.
phone in my head and
Uh-huh.
I start vibrating. My eyes start going like this.
Oh
Well, and it's
Yeah.
no.
funny because like I start sweat, like, and I'm always cold. Like, in the beginning, I
Yeah,
didn't
you're
go
always
off to
cold.
Yeah.
investigations.
Yeah.
I start sweating to death when I'm touching you guys, and I feel bad. But I'm like, it makes me so hot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
she literally. It just literally relaxes me to the
Mm,
point that I could just go to sleep.
Yeah. And
yeah.
see,
Oh, speaking of, at the Todd house, y'all missed it. When I was feeling kind of wonky upstairs after we opened that door, and I felt nauseated, and Linnea went up there to me. When she walked in, I had my hand out like this. I said, "Linnea, come feel this." There was literally cold air swirling around,
I had to look for an
and
air vent.
yeah, and the
Oh, no
air was up there,
kidding.
and she literally put her hand in it. She said, "Oh my!" It was moving. The air was moving, and there was no vent there.
mm,
It
Wow.
wasn't even a regular vent. It was ductless cooling in there, so it wouldn't have felt like that.
right.
It
Wow.
was weird feeling. So
Mm.
I'm glad somebody felt it other than me. I was like, "Come feel
And I
this."
walked in. I'm like, "What you doing, Christy, with the hand out? What you doing
Yeah,
over there?"
I said, "Come feel this." It was. I mean, you could literally. The air was moving, and there was no vent. I mean, it was crazy. But see, when I was up there, I was hearing footsteps in the hallway, footsteps in Aaron's room. I mean, it was crazy. There was just movement, just movement.
Did y'all get in that room across from yours and Candy's?
Yes.
Yes, we did.
Did we tell you what happened in that room?
I don't think so.
There was
At the
a
first room, everyone said, Chris, pick a room. I was like, boom, my room. I'll take
Yeah.
it.
there
That was only the second time that door had been opened in quite a while.
Yeah.
there was a death in that room very recently.
That was the recent.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
The only
but
other time that room had been open, she said that she had a Marine come and she put him in there. And she said this guy was a young guy, what, like 40-ish, had big old guns on him, big, muscular, built guy. He didn't stay. He called
No, we
her
didn't.
like an hour and a half later and said, I can't stay here. You keep the money, whatever, I'm going to get a motel. And she
He
said, let
listen,
me
wouldn't
give
say
you the
what
money back. He
happened.
said, no. He left
Yep.
and
listen.
wouldn't tell her what happened.
When I had to
I
call
remember time.
when I had to
Do what?
call her on that night when I had to call her at
Yeah.
1:30 in the morning,
Yeah.
she probably thought that we were calling to say we're scared and we're leaving.
We're
We're gonna
leaving.
go.
No, we had a blast. It was
Really,
fun.
we
We're
did.
we're more scared of the living than we are the dead.
We
Heck
are.
yeah.
Yeah, the truth.
True.
So,
Yeah.
but
Because we were looking around, Aaron, we were tiptoeing Deborah across the front. She said, be careful, we got to go look and see if he's still there. And somebody was talking about scared me. I said, look, give me a ghost. I'd rather have a ghost any day
Oh
Yep.
than
yeah.
looking
Oh
for
yeah.
absolutely,
somebody outside.
yeah,
That's kind of like afraid of the dark. I'm not afraid of the dark. I'm afraid of what's in the dark.
That's
that's
me.
it.
That's me. I was like, give me a ghost.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so it's been a wild ride this year, and I thank y'all for being a part
Oh,
of
man.
it,
Thank you for letting us tag along.
and I thank y'all
Yep.
for letting our listeners and subscribers on YouTube get to know y'all a little bit tonight. But
Thank you for letting us do it.
yeah, and
Share it with your friends. Tell all your friends to join
sharing
and
sharing
yep,
is caring.
that's
But
right.
anybody have any last things you'd like to say before we end our podcast today?
I'm just thankful for each and every one of you, and I love you so much.
Love,
Yep.
love
Thank you, Great
y'all.
Spirit, for bringing us all together and continue to
Yes.
bless us for this next coming year as you have blessed us this past year. So may,
Amen.
Yeah.
amen. So may we
Amen.
all be blessed and let's look forward to another great year.
Ooh, yes.
Amen.
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 All
Amen.
right. Well, again, thank y'all for coming on the podcast.
Okay.
But yeah. Well, there y'all have it. A Ghost of the Coast Paranormal first birthday celebration. And until next time, y'all come back now, you hear?
Bye.
Bye.